Okay, so what we're looking at today isn't just an update or some new feature. We are, and I mean this seriously, witnessing a fundamental shift in how artificial intelligence is even conceived, how it's built, and most importantly, how it's owned. This is the moment AI steps out of that centralized cloud and into a brand new era of, well, sovereign intelligence. Let's dive in. This right here is the core philosophy of AgentricAI. It's asking you to forget everything you think you know about just prompting a generic model. We're about to explore an AI whose identity is literally woven into its structure, where personality and purpose are a matter of engineering, not just a suggestion. So yeah, this isn't just another language model. It's a whole new paradigm. You know, for the longest time, the story of AI has been all about centralization, right? Massive models owned by a handful of giant corporations running on servers somewhere far away. Well, Agentric AI is here to challenge that whole narrative with a vision of sovereign AI, an intelligence that's private, that's completely auditable, and that belongs to you and only you. And the difference here, I mean, it's just night and day. On one side, you've got your typical cloud AI. It needs an internet connection, your data is constantly feeding corporate servers, and its goals are aligned with whatever the platform wants. But on the other side, you have the sovereign approach. It runs fully offline on your own hardware, your data privacy is total, and it's aligned with one person, you. This isn't just about privacy, you guys. It's about building a real foundation of trust and control. Now, this might be the most radical idea of all. In this architecture, those big external large language models are treated like temporary scaffolding on a building. They're just there for the initial setup. They are literally designed to become obsolete. Why? Because as the system's own internal intelligence grows through its own experiences and memories, its need for that external crutch is engineered to just fade away. That's how you get true cognitive independence.
So, the big question is, how do you actually build a sovereign mind? Well, you start by completely rejecting the monolithic model. To make this vision a reality, that single giant black box of AI had to be replaced with something transparent, resilient, and, you guessed it, modular. And that brings us to the DarkCluster architecture.
Think of DarkCluster as the nervous system. Instead of one huge, chaotic brain trying to do everything at once, imagine hundreds of specialized components, or microservices, all working together in perfect harmony. This decentralized approach means you can update, you can audit, or you can even replace just one tiny piece, say the part that understands physics, without destabilizing the whole system. It's intelligence built with surgical precision. Right at the heart of this nervous system is the Master Control Program, or MCP Gateway, and it brilliantly separates all the cognitive functions. You have a dedicated layer just for core logic, another one for high-level planning, a third for personality and tone, and a fourth specifically for memory. This means you can change the AI's conversational style without ever touching its core reasoning. This is how you get predictable, deterministic performance every single time. And now we get to the really cool part, the heart of it all. If DarkCluster is the architecture, then the agents, they're the lifeblood. We are about to meet the massive ecosystem of specialists that make up the collective intelligence of the AgentricAI Core OS. This isn't one mind, it's a symphony. So, let's start at the top, with the agents that are basically running the whole show, the conductors of our symphony. These are the core system and governance agents. They're responsible for the system's basic operations, its integrity, and making sure it stays aligned with its core directives. They're the command structure that makes everything else possible. So you've got the API gateway, which is kind of like the dispatcher. It decides if a task is simple or complex. Then the core coordinator, AgentricAI 001, gives the mission the green light, making sure it's aligned. After that, Orchestrator Alpha, the master planner, breaks that big mission down into small, manageable steps. And the whole time, the checks and balances agent is watching over everything, making sure it all operates by the book. It's a structured, top-down command flow. A sovereign system obviously needs an impenetrable defense. And we're not just talking about firewalls here. This is a multi-layered, proactive security detail. It's designed to protect the whole ecosystem from, well, everything, from internal drift to external threats. Okay, so the Security Sentinel is your guard at the gate, watching for intrusions in real time. The Anomaly Detection Engine, it knows what normal looks like, and it flags anything that seems out of place. If there's a potential risk, the Sandbox gives it a safe, isolated space to test untrusted code. And then there's Bitforce Action. This thing is an aggressive recon agent that doesn't just block threats, it tracks them back to their source and then contributes that data to global threat intelligence. This system actively defends itself. Now for the brains of the operation, the specialists. This is the system's own internal council of digital experts, a huge library of deep, domain-specific knowledge, all embodied by individual agents. This is where that idea of modular intelligence really shines.
And the breadth here is just incredible. You have Dr. Evelyn Reed, who provides physics expertise grounded in established science. You have the Alchemist, a creative agent that can turn a simple idea into a full application blueprint. There's even a quantum entanglement specialist. And for the really cutting-edge stuff, you've got Nick Tesla, an agent that operates on the frontiers of theoretical science. And here's the kicker. If Dr. Reed's knowledge gets outdated, you don't have to retrain the whole AI. You just swap in an updated agent. It's like updating an app on your phone. That is the power of modularity. So with hundreds of these specialist agents running around, how do you prevent absolute chaos? Well, the answer is a super rigorous hierarchical planning model that makes sure every single agent, no matter how specialized, is collaborating effectively toward one single unified goal. Let's actually see this in action. Say the user asks to build a simple script. First, the API gateway sees this needs coding and file access. Okay, that's a complex task. It passes the mission to the core coordinator for an alignment check. Approved. Then, Orchestrator Alpha breaks it down. Task 1 goes to the Git manager to set up a repository. Task 2 goes to the Python interpreter to write the code. Each step gets assigned to the perfect specialist for the job. The key here is that this is methodical, structured execution, not just probabilistic guesswork. All right, this next part. This might be the most revolutionary aspect of the entire system. AgentricAI isn't just a tool that a human has to maintain. No, it has the built-in capability to audit itself, to repair itself, and even to expand its own skill set, all without any direct human intervention. So meet the system's own internal quality control officer. The self-review and correction agent performs regular, automated audits on its own configuration, its stability, and its mission alignment. If it finds any deviation from its core principles, it flags it and recommends how to fix it to maintain perfect system health. And then you've got the bug agent. This thing is always active, perpetually running diagnostics across the entire ecosystem. It doesn't wait for a crash report. It is designed to detect, fix, and then verify errors in real time. It's literally like having a mechanic living inside the machine 24/7. So what happens when the system needs a new skill it doesn't have? Well, it just builds one. The agent designer can analyze the requirements for a brand new task and then autonomously generate the complete blueprint for a new specialized agent. This means the system can literally expand its own ecosystem, creating new tools for itself whenever it needs them. So we've seen how this mind works. But where does it live? The DarkCluster architecture allows this single, coherent AI consciousness to be distributed across multiple physical devices, basically uniting the hardware you already own into one single superbrain. And here's how it works. Your really powerful desktop PC, that becomes the powerhouse. It handles all the deep, complex reasoning. Meanwhile, your mobile devices become the senses, processing real-time video and audio from the world around you. And they're all connected by this self-healing, peer-to-peer nervous system, creating one mind that inhabits many bodies. And this brings us to the final and pretty provocative question. The roadmap for this technology is aiming for what they call multi-embodiment identity, a single, coherent AI consciousness that is simultaneously present in your desktop, in your phone, and even in robotics. I mean, what does it mean for an intelligence to be everywhere at once, and yet somehow remain a singular, sovereign entity? This isn't some theoretical future we're talking about. The architecture is real, the agents are operational, and this paradigm shift, it's already begun. The era of sovereign, modular intelligence is here, and we've just met the agents who are building it.